Hello everybody! Welcome back to my Building a Cozy Village series. In this episode, we'll build and decorate some housing for our mine workers, as well as an outdoor cooking area and a place for our charcoal burners to work. So without any further ado, let's transform this plain looking creek bank into this cozy looking workers camp. Let's upgrade those hammers and start building. So I'm going to start the first cottage with a foundation of 7 by 9 meters. And now we'll clear out the vegetation. Okay, we'll snap a temporary floor there as a backer, so we can add our offset floor piece. Just about 1 meter on each side, like that. Now we can continue by framing in our walls 3 meters high. Now we give our roof a 1 meter offset, like this. There, now we can dress up our eaves a little bit. I'll snap our 26-degree angled wall pieces like that. .45-degree beams. Now add our 1 meter tall wall pieces. Turn this to clicks for decorative purposes. Here, and we repeat on the other side. There, just like that. Now with our 1 meter floor tile, we'll make our ceiling, but this time we will rotate them, so it gives us a nice pattern when we look up. Now we'll put our support in for a hanging brazier, just like that. Frame it in, and then this one will be done. There. Now to make 2 more cottages just like this one. Now that our first bungalow is built, we can start on the other 2. The construction will be the same as the first one. These are cookie cutter company style houses after all, but we can give them each their own personality during the decorating phase. These houses aren't meant to be fancy, as they're provided by the Hagerson Mining Company, and Sven Hagerson is a known cheapskate who spares every expense that he can. But they are warm and cozy, and the roofs don't leak, plus the rent is cheap. You may also have noticed, but I don't like to do much terraforming before I build a project. I feel you can get more realistic look to your builds if you work with the natural landscape instead of clear cutting and flattening the land out beforehand. It's really easy to remove all the rocks and saplings and such, but if you play on vanilla servers like I do, those things are impossible to put back. And now with our last bungalow complete, we can go ahead and move on to the decorating phase. Okay, now we can start some decorating on our bungalows. First step, this one we're going to give a porch. And we want them to snap to the bottoms of the walls, not the foundation. There, that looks nice. Now it's time to do the inside. Okay, this will be a single occupancy bungalow, so we'll just give this one single bed. And a nightstand, and let's give them a dresser over here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That's all he needs. Now we can add some artwork to the walls. We can use tower shields for that. Okay, we'll put an item stand directly in the center of where we want our artwork. Looks good. And to the right and left, we will add another stand with a little space in between the two. Just like that. Now we can hang our shields up, which doesn't look bad, but it would look a little nicer if we framed it in. So we'll free place a 2-meter beam right about there. And shift place one on either side. Finally, one more at the bottom. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. This room is kind of big, so we could use a divider. Let's just make one out of a short wall. Go ahead and free place. That looks good. We'll add a little top to it. Like that. Next we'll need a table so we can eat our meals at. We'll just go with a regular table. And a bench. It's not too fancy. Yeah, it's starting to look like a little cottage now. Another thing we could use is maybe a little sofa or love seat. Let's just start by free placing our 1-meter tall wall. That looks good. Now on each side we will free place a 1 by 1 meter wall just so it's even at the corners, like that. Now we'll take our darkwood chair, put one there, have one in the center, and one more right there. And we'll recenter that. Always have time to make it look nice. And then shift click. There. There, we have a nice little comfy looking sofa. Now we need some windows. Yeah, that looks a lot nicer. Let's add some windowsills on the outside. There, that looks nice. Except we didn't do that one, but there's a reason for that, which we will see shortly. Of course he needs his mug. Maybe a water pitcher. He's eating a nice turnip stew. You here we'll add a lazy Susan with his condiments. So we'll place one item stand down for the shield. And over here we'll double stack. Maybe for, a jar. Maybe here's a mead. There's another mead. Yeah, it looks nice. Maybe we'll add a little flower box. That table's too cluttery. Let's put it over here. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice so far. Drop a couple item stands here, maybe give them a little bit of a rotation for some variety. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. And to add a little color, let's go with a red and white banner. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Don't need too much. And now for this space, we'll put a flower box on the windowsill. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it makes a nice little flower box. Alright, now on to the second bungalow. And this one we'll start with the front porch again. So first we'll need a 1x1 floor as a snap point. Now we'll have two 2x2 floors centered with the building. Now we go ahead and frame that in. We'll start with the bed again, only this time we'll make this one a double bed. There, that looks good. This side we'll get a nightstand, and we'll do a double dresser on this side. That looks pretty nice. It's the same process as the single dresser. We just stack another one on top. Here, maybe they'll want a little bit of privacy, so we'll separate their room with a shoji screen. Start with some beams. Put a post on each end. And for our screen, we will use some dark wood dividers. Like that. And then cap it off. That's a quick and easy privacy screen. And over here, maybe we'll add their dinner table. There. Give them a couple chairs. It's a little cramped, but the rent's cheap. Now let's add some windows. Now with our windows done, we can do a little bit of decorating in here. There are a couple mugs, water pitcher. Let's add some stuff on the dresser. That looks nice. And let's put a little jar in this nightstand. There. We'll give it a little bit of color. Maybe this one's done. Yeah, this one will be blue and white. We'll put one more here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Our second little bungalow is done. On to the third. Okay, with our last bungalow, once again we'll start with the front porch. So we'll make this one just a little bit bigger, because it looks like a pretty nice porch. Not for the inside. Okay, we'll do another double bed, but we'll make it raised a little bit. So let's replace a 2x2 floor there. Then we'll do some 1x1 floors. Like so. There, it gives us a nice little platform. Let's finish this off like that. Now for the beds. There, just adds a little something extra to it. Of course, they get a nightstand. Alright, let's do another shoji screen. This one will be just a little bit different. There. Now this one will need a temporary extension on this one and this one. We will also need to snap a temporary backer, one there, and one about the same for the other side. Oh, that's off a little bit. Now we'll take a banner. Let's knock out this floor so we can reach it easier. Use that as a temporary backer. Add one banner there. One there. Now same on this side. Like that. Remove our temporary pieces. There we have a shoji screen made out of banners. That's pretty easy. So here in this corner we'll just put a little comfy chair. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks nice. Now we'll add some windows. We are missing a dresser, so we'll need to do that too. There, that looks good. Now let's finish our windows. Maybe these guys ran out of space inside, so they extended their porch. You know, put a picnic table out there. No reason not to. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now let's finish off the inside. Right here on the dresser we'll add maybe some meads. A couple there. One there. Over here we'll make this a round-topped nightstand. So we'll put one there for our round shield, and we'll double stack a couple stands there to put a jar on. Just like that. Maybe here we'll have a little window box. Same as before. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, here maybe they're having a little picnic lunch. Carrot stew, mug. Here's a mug. Maybe some meat sauce. And of course our water pitcher. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Now we can finish off each one with a porch light. So let's hang up one Virger lantern each. Yeah, that looks nice. And one there. Yeah, that dresses them all up just a little bit. Alright, now on to the outdoor kitchen. And our next project is going to be the outdoor kitchen, which is going to be under a pavilion that measures 4 by 6 meters. This one we're going to start with a cobblestone base. Just like that. And then we will add our 4-meter tall posts. Now with our pavilion done, we can get started on the kitchen part. Which is in the center. I want to have a countertop. Let's put it there. And we'll use iron chest this time. There, that looks pretty good. Now we'll go ahead and add a fire on each side. One there for our cooking stations, and one there for our cauldron. Let's put a couple there. Cauldron there. Now it's functional, but let's give it a decorative smoker. That way our townspeople can preserve their meat. Do have to do a little bit more flattening. There, that's good. Okay, so we'll start with 1 by 2 meter wall. And 2 1 by 1 meter walls. Then we'll add a 2 by 2 and finish this up. Just like that. We'll just snap a top on, and we'll get a couple of 1 by 1 cage floors. We'll free place one. There, it looks good. And we'll free place the second one so it's about the same, like so. Then we'll snap one there, and we'll snap one there. That looks pretty good. We'll put the doors on after we get the inside decorated. Okay, now for some decorations. You know, maybe somebody's doing some meal prep work. So we'll do a platter here with double stack of item stands there. One will be for some deer ribs. Here's for some carrots. This one will be for some blueberries. Like maybe they're making a deer stew or something. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Over here we'll put some item stands in. The bottom here will be the fire, because you can't have a smoker without a fire. And here we'll put racks for the various meats. Need a step stool. Yeah, that'll work. Maybe we should finish up our smoker a little bit. Add some trim. There. Sometimes I like to take the trim pieces and rotate them a couple clicks just for a little different texture on the outside. That looks pretty good. Now we better put some doors on our smoker. There, that looks nice. Alright, then over here we'll put some item stands down for some meads. Gotta have a spice rack. Can't cook without one. Yeah, it's starting to look like a kitchen. Just need a place to sit and relax while you're watching everything cook. So here's a little lawn chair, and we'll get a little table next to us so we can put our drinks on. So here's our tankard, and there we have a round tabletop. And with that, our outdoor cookery is done. Okay, next project on our to-do list would be this footbridge. So we already have the beams laid down, so we're just going to put some planks down as our flooring. And then now we'll use some 26 degrees to start our guide rails. Switching to our 4-meter post, we'll sink them down like that to get more support. And now we have one simple yet functional footbridge. And now that our bridge is complete, we can work on our final project, which is going to be the charcoal burners. This job is hot and dirty, so we want to keep it away from everyone else. So first thing I want to do is clear off a spot and put some kilns down. Make it look a little dark and dirty. There's one. And there's our second one. Let's see, let's do a little decorative burning pile. Maybe here. Put down some cordwood, and then we'll add some surtling trophies as we go to make it look like it's smoldering from the inside. Let's add some more fire to it. Yeah, that looks like it's almost a real fire. That's not too bad. And lastly, we'll need a place to stack our firewood and our finished coal ready for pickup. So we won't need this. Alright, now we'll put in some wood. There's a stack. We'll put in some coal. And we'll make it look like it's spilled a little bit. Yeah, it looks a little more natural. And one thing we will need is an axe. Can't split firewood without an axe. That looks pretty good. Let's get rid of some of this vegetation because this is going to be brown. Yeah. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now we can go on to doing our final decoration pass in our landscaping. Alright, the first step is to take our hoe and the pathing tool and continue building our paths in. I think that's why it's called the pathing tool. We just want to put dirt wherever it makes sense, like on well-worn paths. You're about to do a little bit of flattening. That works okay. Of course, sometimes you have to go back and forth and add grass. That looks pretty good. Now we'll take care of the vegetation that we don't want. There, that was pretty easy. And before we get started on the landscaping, I'd like to show you a quick tip on converting your hanging braziers to permanent lighting. Just add 4 item stands and 4 circling trophies, and now your braziers won't need any fuel and they stay lit even during a storm. Nice. And now for some street lights, which these will be built the same way as we did in the previous episode. Snap down our stone floor piece. Create a snap point in the center. Just like that. Let's do another one down here. There, just like that. We can also do some things that we may have forgot to do earlier, like putting a firewood pile for the smoker in the cooking area. There, better late than never. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now let's just tidy up some of the grass areas and we'll call it good. Alright, now fencing and town people is all we have left. We'll put a fence here. This looks like a good spot for one. Maybe here, maybe keep some drunken workers from falling into the stream. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There's a townsperson. There's a townsperson. Our charcoal burners are hard at work. Oh, we got somebody down here cooking dinner, maybe. Let's put her right here. There, that looks good. Here's another townsperson waiting for her husband to come home from a long day at work. Yeah, that's nice. And last but not least, we have a guy hanging out underneath the street light. Yeah, now it looks like a little village. Now for a recap of what we got accomplished in this episode. We built 3 cottages for our workers and decorated each one slightly differently. Then we built this nice and functional outdoor cookery, because Sven Hagerson was way too cheap to give each house their own kitchen. I think it turned out pretty nice. Then we had this really easy footbridge, which leads to our charcoal burner area. Turned out pretty neat. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss the next episode, A Waterfront for Our Village. See you in the next one. Goodbye.